we got some new lights. So today we have the Litemons Godox 600R. Now the cool thing about this case is that we can keep the stands in the case. So it's pretty light on what we're carrying around, right? And then here we have the actual light. This is our panel light with our barn doors. It's pretty nice. It's LED, it's RGB, daylight, has a bunch of effects. It's battery powered, and it can be powered through a cable, which is pretty dope. So you have the utility there. If we look at the back, this is where we plug in. We have 2 slots for batteries. If you want to be on the go, if you got to move. But most of the time you want to be plugged in with this bad boy, and we plug in our adapter right here. So let me build it. It just screws on. Should I move to where you can see it? There we go, it screws on. And you have our light. Then we just get power. And now we have power. So this is our light. Again, doesn't take up a lot of space. It's very slim, very lightweight. Let's turn this bad boy on. And we have lights. It's a pretty dope light. A lot of options. The barn doors kind of help me control the light. As you can see, it's not crazy diffused, but it's diffused to an extent. So on the back, we have our little control panel. So we have here, we have our brightness. You go 100%, 20%, whatever you're feeling, depending on where you are. We have our color temperature, so we can get warm, we can get cold. We have different modes for our color, right? So here, we can adjust our color. How much red do we need? How much green do we need? We also have here, we can adjust the hue and saturation. Different ways to control color. They give us different options. You got your saturation to the color, so how much life that color has. And then we have the hue. So we can rotate through different colors. You can do Bluetooth, so you can control the lights from your phone. I have the app on my phone, so what I'll do is I'll set up both lights, open up my phone, and I control them while being behind the camera, which is super helpful because you can see your image and you can see what the light is doing as you're looking at it. So now let's see how it looks in a standard interview setting. Alright, so here we got the classic interview setup. My fill light over here is at 10%. It's giving me my shadow side. And then we have the key light over here at 85%. So it's giving me all this light over here. It's pretty balanced. You got my shadows. The transition I think is pretty nice. Couple hot spots, but overall I think it's a pretty decent look. So we got a little bit of reflection. You can kind of see it in my glasses, but it's not too obvious and it's not too annoying. It's a pretty small little square. So I think that's something good to note. We do got a little bit of spill in the background, but with the barn doors, you kind of get rid of a little bit of that. So we threw up some diffusion just to kind of combat a little bit of the hot spots that the direct light was giving us. So it's a little bit softer. You still have a little bit of hot spots, but just not as much. We got our key light over here at 100, and then it's being diffused by one of those collapsible diffusions. I'm lit. I got my bright side and I got my shadow side. Now, considering a lot of time restraints, most of the times these lights are going to be set up without that extra layer of diffusion. They can be set up pretty quickly, and honestly, for the price point that they're at, I think the image that they can provide is super clean, and it's super affordable for those people that are just trying to start getting into this hobby, this business. And I honestly think they're super great lights. Lights are super important, and these lights really do the job for the price point that they're at.